Alright, we're back and getting ready to go into the draws. And it's pretty self-explanatory. You click on the draw, choose your class. So we've been using 1 and 3, so we'll do with 1 and 3 again. And here's the list of people who are there. Click randomize. Now if you want to put it in draw order, click on the word draw and it goes in 1, 2, 3 order. If you want to put it on back number order, click back number. If you want to alphabetize it by the rider's last names, click here, and it alphabetizes it. When you have a class that's pretty large, or a number of riders in, there's a number of riders in it, and a couple of the riders are riding multiple horses, after you've done the randomize, click on the word rider, and then that'll put all of their horses that they're riding next to each other, and you can see how far apart their draw is, and if you need to make an adjustment you can. So let's say I want to change Tim, instead of being number 1 I want him to be number 3, so all I do is click 3 where that 1 is and hit enter, and now it goes to number 3 and I want to put him at number 1, so I hit 1 and hit enter and submit, and it says it's updated it. And then when I make the draw again, as you see, it swapped those 2 people around. That's how easy it is to change them. The gap, it says 8 up here, and we are still working on the algorithm for that. It's not working properly, so you will need to check and make sure there are at least 8 horses between a rider if there's enough people in the class to do that. So if there's 10 in the class, then you'll need to make sure if you've got a rider riding 2 horses, he's at the top and at the bottom of the draw. At least for this first version, you're going to have to keep an eye on that because the gap algorithm isn't working correctly. But we wanted to go ahead and get this out there because it's a minor issue, and you can kind of adjust it easily in this section. So to print it, you just click print, and it'll pull up on the screen, and you tell it, yes, you're ready to print. There you go. You hit to print, and you can print off your draws. Remember we talked about a folder. This is your folder that things are going to go into. On your uploads, it says Friday, Saturday. These names might not really be the same names of the week as what you're using. So look in the first date and you'll find your draws and your results. Okay, so Saturday, that was the date. So there's that Saturday, there's draw 1 right there, same thing. So I see we got to work on a little bit there. We'll get that fixed. So look in this folder that you created to find your draws. It's uploads, and the show info is where we're going to find that show bill that we had downloaded earlier that we were working with. Okay, to score, you're going to click score, class 1, and you'll see the horses' names come up. Here you're going to put the score in, so let's say he got a 69, hit enter, can't do it. He had a 70, and Little Miss Einstein had a 71. Okay, told me I'm reached the beginning of the list, hit OK. Now if I want to just kind of go back through and double check my scores, if you look right here is the score that we gave it the first time around. If there's no change, you just hit update, update, update. Back at the beginning, you hit OK, and you're done. Now you're ready to print out your results. So you're going to go to reports, scoring, and placement. Class 1, generate your replacement. And yes. And here's your placings for your classes. Okay. Now, one step I forgot to tell you about a few minutes ago, when you're finished with your draws, you got to get your scorecards. So we want to go to class 1. So after you make your draw, then you got to print out your scorecard so your judge can do his scoring. That's done here as well. Judge's scorecard. Click here, class 1, generate the scorecard, yes, and here's your scorecard. And it'll go ahead and put your back numbers into the locations, okay? and then you just hit print, and this will print. This is also going to be stored over here in this file. Here, again, if you need to print out something different, there's your scorecard. Okay, so that's where you can find that. If you want to just print off another draw, you can go in that same area, pull up the draw. Right there it is. So there's a couple of different ways to get to your draw. You can do it here under the reports, or you can do it in the video if all you're doing is just redoing it. Now, once you've got all that stuff drawn and you want to upload, you're going to come over here, File Management, Upload Results and Files. That's where it's going to send it up to the website, and it'll store on the website your draws and your results. Okay, that's the only upload you're going to use right now throughout the show is here. Now, if you want to let everybody know that the draw's been posted to the website, you go right here under Messages and you type in your message. The draws are now posted at, go ahead and put the website in, www.entermyhorse.com, in the message, and then the class name for Class 1 Ladies and Men's. Okay, then you're going to hit Send Message. When you hit Send Message, you'll get this telling you who all got the message. Okay, so you're just going to hit OK on that, and your message done. But now if you want to manage your messages, let's say somebody comes in and says they want to get out of the system or they want to get added to the system. You do that here in Manage. You have to have somebody in the system to do it. So we're going to click here and we're going to remove this person from the list. We're going to update all. So when you go back, let's see. There, this person's been removed from the list. But now we want to add a new person. You're going to type in that person's name, and then their phone number, and hit Insert. And then you can add them. So if you have somebody who isn't getting messages, let's say it's a wife of a trainer or somebody else who's not showing it all, an assistant trainer or something like that, and you want to put them so they get messages, this is where you'd use that for, is adding them in this section of the Manage the SMS listing. Now remember, this is part of the package, and it does cost us to provide the service for you, and that's covered in your monthly fee that you pay to use the program. So, you know, we just ask that you be reasonable with your messages as far as the numbers sent out and that kind of stuff. But we have found it to be very, very useful throughout the show. So don't worry, you know, go ahead and send messages out that the draws are posted, or messages about the events coming up and that kind of stuff. Your exhibitors appreciate that. So we do realize it costs money to do this, but it's also a little item that's necessary to keep our shows running smoothly, and the exhibitors really, really appreciate it. That way, if they're at the barn and you're just now starting a class, but they're draw 15 in that class, you know, they know they still have about an hour before they show, and kind of gets them a little bit of an idea of time management as far as where the show's going. If possible, throughout the show, kind of send out just a quick message, hey, we're on class number 5, draw number 22 out of 33 in the class. You know, just something like that occasionally, so people have an idea where they're at in the show arena. It really helps, especially large shows, and then shows that are growing really fast. If the classes are small, I usually send out a message, hey, you know, class number 2 is rookie we only have 5 in the class, so if you're going to be in the class number 3, which was novice horse, you might be want to get it on your mind. That information just kind of keeps everybody on a heads up and keeps the show running smoothly, and nobody misses the classes or anything. So we're going to take another break right here, and I'll be back in just a moment.